People related to a psychopath, what is your creepiest story? People related to a psychopath, what is your creepiest story? My nephew is a crazy little person. Once, the entire family was playing hide and seek. He was around 9. He didn't like where I hid, so he flew into a rage. He tried to hurt me. I grabbed his wrist and twisted just enough to subdue him. He screamed like a maniac. I released him. He then ran into another room, stating he needed his Nerf gun to shoot me because he shoots people whenever he's mad. I looked at my sister-in-law and said, "Seriously? You're okay with this?" Her response was that his rage was my fault. I had no right to touch him, and that I should have just let him hit me since he's only a boy. I told her, quite firmly, that if her crazy little kid ever even gave the appearance of causing hurt to one of my children, that I would put him down like a rabid dog. Fortunately, her husband, my wife's parents, and everyone else present told her that she was wrong, her kid was nuts, and that this was a serious red flag. Flash forward 2 years. Kid is still crazy, but that's everyone else's problem because he's still just a boy. I'm staying at their house. Things have mostly settled from that prior incident. I wake up very early every morning, so around 4:30 I find myself awake. I don't want to get up and wake up everyone else, so I just sort of lie there and meditate. At around 5:20, the door opens. Thinking it's my kids, who were young at the time and still came to get us early, I kind of just glanced up. Then I notice that it's the nephew, and he's holding what appears to be an AR-15. Now, I suffer from PTSD from Iraq, so my fight-or-flight response is triggered, my heart is pounding, and I'm basically in survival mode. I wait. I watch. He creeps past the foot of the bed, walks up to my side and raises this rifle up to point the muzzle at my face. So I figure, this is it. I'm going to pass away. Today it ends. The only goal I have for myself right now is to prevent him from harming my wife and kids. He raises it up, and the muzzle is a few inches from my face. I reached up, I grabbed the muzzle, and I pushed as hard as I could, sending the butt into the little kid's face. His nose is wounded. He's crying. He's screaming about how he's going to end me, how I'm finished. So now everyone is awake. Lights are flipped on, and I see that it's a toy rifle made to look like an AR-15. Apparently, this little kid was planning to stick the muzzle in my face and pull the trigger to scare the crap out of me with flashing lights and electronic firearm sounds. My sister-in-law was really mad. Her chosen narrative is that I'm a mentally unstable lunatic who is a danger to all children. She calls the cops. She insists, despite the protestations of my wife, that she's having me arrested and charged with child maltreatment. Police arrive. Interviews take basically the whole day. I'm a little worried that, getting arrested aside, I might not be able to leave and go home the next day as planned because these cops might not be done with their investigation.